winding waters of the Scuppernong represent an important chapter in the maritime history of the Albemarle Sound. In September of 2011, archaeologists and graduate students from the UNC Coastal Studies Institute and East Carolina University performed an archaeological survey of this important and historic waterway.
The Scuppernong project was a collaboration between Coastal Studies Institute, East Carolina University and the Poquoson Arts Folk School. And what we were doing was mixing together educational aims and research aims and outreach aims and doing a submerged cultural resources inventory, which is where we survey the river and the bay, Bull Bay, to discover new resources. Because the river is loaded with tannins and with sediment, it's very dark, so we can't use things like cameras, we can't really effectively use divers. So what we do is we use remote sensing technology, and the two main tools that we have and that we're interested in teaching our students are the side scan sonar and magnetometry. So the side scan sonar is very similar to a standard bottom tracking echo sounder on a boat, which will ping or send sound waves underneath the boat in order to get the depth and to see if there's fish. What this does is it has two channels and it sends sound out at a sideways beam in a fan shape onto the left and the right channel, and sound bounces back, and based upon the direction or the strength of that signal coming back, we get an image that almost looks like a photographic image of the seabed. And it's a very good tool because the shadows that are cast by where the sound doesn't come back is going to give us an idea of how high objects are sticking up off of the riverbed. So the side scan sonar is what you would call an active remote sensing technology. It's creating the signal, and that signal bounces back and gives us a reading. The magnetometer is considered a passive remote sensing technology, and what it does is it reads disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field. So if you can imagine the Earth as a big bar magnet with a north and a south pole, there's waves or a magnetic field, while other objects that are made by human beings also behave like magnets, and they have their own magnetic field. And so what you're able to do is, when you use the magnetometer, it'll read the Earth's magnetic field, and then when it comes into conjunction with another magnetic field, a different reading will be seen. And we see certain signals. We see what's called a dipole anomaly, which is a swing from positive to negative, much like a swing from the north to the south pole of a magnet. And then that shows that there's a disturbance there, and that can only be a number of things, and normally it's a cultural object of some sort that has iron in it.
The Poquoson Arts Folk School, located in downtown Columbia, uses art as a medium to communicate the importance of the river as both a cultural and natural resource. Feather Phillips, executive director of the school, believes the confluence of art and science can lead to a better understanding of the river and its history.
I really like the idea of Poquoson Arts Folk School partnering with the Coastal Studies Institute and East Carolina University to look at place, but to look at place and learn about place from every possible discipline, from every possible viewpoint. Because as we know, people learn many different ways, and the way the artist thinks and knows is different from the way the scientist thinks and knows, and all of us are capable of those different ways of learning. So bringing people together with a specialty in either or many areas, and then kind of playing with that and creating some sort of opportunity for community to build around that investigation, and then to see what can be created from that, whether it's stories or music or performance or craft or drawings or paintings or functional art. It's a great pairing of organizations and institutions, all who care about this place and its uniqueness.
The systematic survey methods used by the research team can lead to the discovery of new sites and provide insight into the history of the river.
Every day when we're out there surveying, you're seeing things for the first time. You're actually, I'm sure no one's ever seen these parts of the river. I mean, you can't really swim in there and see the bottom. So the sonar is showing us what the river looks like that no one's ever seen. So yeah, if you find things, there's an immediate sense of excitement.
During the project, researchers located new sites and imaged many others, including 2 located in Bulls Bay at the mouth of the Scuppernong.
Look at that mag data.
Whoa, that's a dipole. Yeah, it just went over it.
So you got the big part there, and then you got the shadow coming off of that, so a high piece, and then you've got low pieces. This is interesting shadow, that looks like bits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this kind of lends credence to that idea that it's a barge.
The UNC Coastal Studies Institute, along with partners from East Carolina University and NOAA's Monitor National Marine Sanctuary, are interested in engaging the next generation of scientists through outreach to local schools.
Well, archaeology is one of those areas that without community support you can't do a project like this. But to get that community support, you need to have people that are interested in what you're doing, and that kind of interest starts early. And so interacting with school kids is really important in giving them a sense of appreciation for the place they live, and telling them about the history and sparking an interest in historical and archaeological inquiry. And so we were very happy to have 40 grade 9 students and 40 grade 10 students come out, give them a short lecture, and then have them interact with our remote sensing equipment. Also give them a chance to play with some of the equipment, and we brought out a remotely operated vehicle, or ROV. We gave them a chance to interact with some good tools that you would use if you were going into oceanographic research or other sort of marine research areas. The Scuppernong River, while we've undertaken 12 days of research, it's not finished, and that there's lots of potential for ourselves at Coastal Studies Institute and other researchers to go out there and to continue to probe the depths of the waters, and to also continue the historical research. We think that there's great potential there for site-based, shipwreck-specific archaeological work and other kinds of research. So we're hoping that this is really some of the first steps in understanding this region much better than we currently do.
In addition to the information gained from the survey of the river, researchers engaged the surrounding communities of the Scuppernong, tapping into the wealth of local knowledge and adding to the depth of the project.
I do think there's knowledge here that's important to the understanding of this place. I love the idea of working with Coastal Studies Institute, East Carolina University, to connect students who are learning about Eastern North Carolina, whatever facet or refraction of the life here. It's visible here. It's living here. It's not digital. It's not abstract. It's not in a textbook. It's alive. It's in the people. And I think that, the more we can have these kind of field experiences, the richer North Carolina's understanding of itself will be.